Engagement at Depsang, Demchok. Petroleum to resume very soon with ground commanders working out the modality troops to exchange sweet and account of Deepavali today. Dinkar Perin, New Delhi. The troops of India and China completed disengagement at Depsang and Demchok in eastern Ladakh conventional area. Army sources confirmed this also marked the completion of disengagement from all friction points of the standoff that began in May 2020. Following this, the two sides will exchange sweets at all five border personnel meeting (BPM) points on the account of Deepavali along the line of actual control LOC on Thursday. Verification of this engagement is in progress. Patrolling will resume very soon. The ground commanders in the ranks of brigadiers and below met later in the day to work out the modalities of patrolling, a source in the news said. And there are five BPM points along the LAC, Bumla and Kibuthi in Arunachal Pradesh, Chushul and Daulat Beg Oldie in Ladakh, and Nathula in Sikkim. Patrolling at Depsang and Demchuk is set to resume in a day or two and will be coordinated by the two sides to avoid face-up and clashes. The size of the patrol teams would be limited, likely under 20 troops, and the frequency of patrol would be agreed upon between the two sides so that each can undertake patrols of the points they assessed pre-2020, while preventing troops from coming face to face. Disengagement saw the removal of all temporary and semi-permanent structures set up since the stand-up began. There was also no change in the status at the other friction point where disengagement was completed between July 2020 to September 2022, and the buffer zones in such points continue to remain with resumption of patrolling yet to begin. The buffer zones would be addressed subsequently and new patrolling norms would have to be worked out. The next step is de-escalation and de-induction of overall troops build up in the eastern Ladakh since the stand-up. From page 1, troops completed disengagement. For the disengagement at Depsang and Demchak, the last two friction points of the 2020 stand-up, a general framework agreement was concluded first at the diplomatic level, subsequently. A detailed agreement outlining the modalities of disengagement as well as the patrolling was concluded at the Corps Commanders level on October 21, just before the start of the BRICS summit at Kazan, Russia. The summit was attended by Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Chinese President Xi Jinping, who also held a bilateral meeting. The agreement in principle means that the Indian Army will be able to resume patrols to the patrolling points PP 10, 11, 11A, 12, and 13 in the Depsang area, which it last managed to access in the January 2020, and also access to the traditional grazing areas in Demchok. After the standoff, the Chinese People's Liberation Army had blocked Indian patrols from going beyond the Y junction in the strategic Depsang plains.